Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the counselor's office. Sorry, I did the little bit of the Rick Cactus roll. Someone said, your intro, I unsubbed. If you're unsubbing because of the intro, then I'm glad, because you're probably dumb as fuck and you don't know how to have a good time. Late! Anyways, we are back in the counselor's office. I figured, you know what, instead of doing a random bit, I'm just going to read on Facebook. There's this random group called Destiny Community and Memes. And I just saw this post and I was not part of it. It just popped up like as an ad. You know, sometimes you get ads for random groups because I've never mentioned Destiny, but Facebook has a weird algorithm and I guess it looks at your phone and it's kind of creepy. But we got a post from a dude 2 hours ago. Hello, due to the current situation of the game, I've decided to abandon it. If anyone is interested in an account, you can send me a message and I will share everything it contains. It has all the exotics, red border weapons, raid armor, several exclusive emblems, and hundreds of god rolls. It is funny. Oh, wait, their page not found. Did someone swing on this guy? Yeah, I saw in the comment section that people were reporting it. People were getting so upset. There were several people that wanted to buy it. Like, yeah, this is me. I want to buy it. But then there was this guy. He's like, I took a snapshot and sent it to Bungie. Man, you bunch of fucking rats. If you don't think I'm the only one that tried to sell my account, other people are doing it. But just to say that people are trying to report people selling their accounts, you're a fucking rat. I hope you step on a nail and it goes through your fucking penis. And it shouldn't really be that hard, to be honest. I don't know how you would step on it with your penis. Maybe because you're already on the floor sucking dick, so maybe you're dragging your ass and a nail just pokes that small thing you call a penis. I don't know. Yeah, I saw the moderator. I'm playing Borderlands 4, but my panhammer is hot and ready. Man, you gotta love these community these pages for Destiny, because it's always the moderators that get butthurt about the smallest shit. Buddy. Anyways, we're gonna talk about someone else in the community that is was on the shit list for the community for a while and kind of still is. We're gonna watch a video by Datto. Why is the mobile Destiny better than Destiny 2 at so many things? By the way, he did kind of step away, but this was like apparently his last video before he stepped away from Destiny. By the way, I don't think it's a bad thing to step away from Destiny. I've been, enjoying my time playing other games, and I think it's completely healthy. However, just because you stepped away from playing a game does not mean you can't criticize and call out a billion-dollar company. You can do that, and I encourage you to do so. Don't let anyone tell you that you need to suck the dick of a billion-dollar company. Continue to criticize, continue to post shit, do what you gotta do, apply pressure. It's okay. And while you're doing that, enjoy other games like I have. So we're gonna watch this video by Datto and see what he has to say about Destiny Rising. I guess first Destiny 2.
I talked about Destiny Rising a little bit in an earlier video, but I wanted to dedicate a full video to it because I was enjoying playing and grinding the game more than Destiny 2 in September. Well, I was until I decided to take a little bit of a breather from all things Destiny. This video is not really oh, this is why you should play Destiny Rising kind of video, though. Rather, I want to talk about some things that I think Bungie could learn from Destiny Rising, or that Rising is doing better than Destiny 2. Rising has felt...
By the way, I think that's completely fair. I think people will get things mixed up, that there's a separation, there's a difference between liking Destiny Rising, a mobile game, and liking what features it provides. I think it's completely and utterly okay. If you don't like Destiny Rising, you can still appreciate what it provides. These are two different things that could be together, or they can be separate. You can like Destiny Rising and like what it provides, or you can just like what it provides and hate Destiny Rising. This can be true.
So much more like an MMO type game than I feel like Destiny almost ever has. It feels so much more social than anything Destiny 2 has done, which is surprising considering how much Bungie loves to drive the point of playing with your friends home, or at least how much they used to.
It is funny. Their motto, their literal motto is we make games that build friendships. And it's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You don't care about friendships. Unless you're talking about friendships built upon people coming together to shit on you as a company, then yeah, I guess you succeed in that way.
For example, clan support. Throughout the entirety of the Destiny franchise, clan support in-game has been near nothing. We had those flag staffs, although they were discontinued in what, like season 19?
They didn't even bother, dude. Bungie's like, it's too hard to make a stick and put ornaments on it, but goddamn, we're gonna make as many weapon and armor ornaments as possible. Yeah, we can't even put cosmetics for a fucking stick anymore. That's how much of a stickler they are for doing fucking cosmetics. They won't even give you a stick.
You had some in-game bonuses for being in a clan once you hit certain levels.
Ooh.
Bonuses like... Yeah, exactly. You can't name a single thing because no one hovers over that square in the character menu anymore. It has been completely bare bones for the entirety of its life. No in-game search function to even look for a clan. I've been clueless as to how to even aim.
No one cares. Listen, anything attached to the portal as a bonus is a shit bonus. Let's just get that clear. It is god-awful.
Answer the question of how do I find a clan in Destiny for years now. My clan, Math Class, has become a place for friends of friends who become refugees after their clans have broken up or became inactive. I have not had to find a clan in years, but World of Warcraft had better things in place for finding a guild back in 2006. And I know that because I used those sources to find a new guild in 2006. Hey buddy, why don't you try?
I appreciate that. I've never played WoW, so it's always nice to get feedback from someone who's played other games, especially like Datto, who's John Destiny himself. It's appreciative to point out the shit that other games have, especially real MMOs, and Destiny's not. Destiny's not a real MMO. Destiny's a first-person looter shooter with multiplayer, and that's it. It's not a real MMO. A mobile game is more of an MMO than what Destiny 2 is. Let's be honest here. But I appreciate him being honest.
Something new, like eating actual food instead of that 6th bag of chips this week. This video is brought to you by Cook Unity. Cook Unity make food really good like, and they bring to your place for big convenient. They got award-winning chefs coming up with new recipes.
Is there shrimp? There is. Holy shit, it's right by his arm. Something shrimp fried rice. You got me. Sign me up.
All the time. And then they have actual people make the food. They got a lot of dietary.
What the fuck is this? Filet mignon? Dude, there's more No, I want my mignon for this whole fucking plate. Like, look at this. Look at this little thing compared to the fucking plate. What is this?
Options like vegan and keto and paleo and other stuff. I still don't know what any of it actually means, but they got them. And as someone who has been eating really healthy recently, God, I miss chips. I mean, Cook Unity has helped me stay on course. Stuff like the Peruvian chicken fried rice by Chef Andres Mendez.
That looks pretty good.
Roasted pork chop with potatoes.
Okay, I don't know what. I'm not really a fan of potatoes or whatever the hell that is, but damn, that meat look good. That look fucking good.
Potatoes by Chef Kevin Meehan have been staples for my healthy eating recently, although my wife's recent K-pop obsession has led her to the classic beef bibimbap by Chef Esther Choi that she ate before I could record the video. I said that I wanted to record the video for the... So if you want to try something a little different, head on over to cookunity.com/Datto50 or hit the link in the description to get 50% off your first order of...
By the way, not sponsored. I tried Factor. It was a pretty good service. My problem is when I did it, I did keto, and all they gave me was some kind of meat or some kind of, side, and then it all was fucking cauliflower. After half a year of eating nothing but cauliflower, you start to fucking hate cauliflower.
Cook Unity, and be sure to use code Datto50 as well. That's cookunity.com/Datto50, code Datto50 to get your first meals for 50% off. Thank you very much to Cook Unity for sponsoring this video. Cut to Rising. Now, nothing I'm going to say is really revolutionary in terms of the content for the clan system in Rising, but at least it exists.
Yeah.
Every clan gets their own space to hang out in called a wolf den, and you can like add some little furniture to it with materials that you collect
Pretty
when you
fucking
interact
cool.
with the pack hunt menu. Pack hunts aren't anything really that crazy.
I didn't join a clan. I tried to make my own. I hate that you can't just immediately activate a clan. You have to have people join you first before you could do a clan. And I personally don't like that. I think you should just be able to make a clan, whether you go solo or not. I think it's really ridiculous that you need a large amount, or you'll never, like, you just always have to join someone else unless you have big enough friends. Like, it's not, I don't like it. It makes no sense to me, but this aspect is really cool.
Either you simply find a space on the map that has an objective and you click it and you spend an action point and it'll automatically complete that activity after a few minutes. Although there are some objectives that send you on an actual mission in game, and there are some missions that require multiple people in order to participate.
Okay.
Those of you who remember.
Okay, well then that answers the question of why you have to have multiple peoples, because they want you to do multiple people in the quest. That's actually really fucking cool. Like, the clan actually fucking matters.
Remember episode 2's weird, like, 1 minute, what were they called? Minor field work? Something?
Oh, God.
It's basically that as a combat mission. Nothing crazy. You
Okay.
can also apply to clans in-game with different ranks available to micromanage, again, in-game. There's also a maintenance system in the game where the higher your rank, the more resources you need to sustain said rank. So there is a reason to participate with the clan stuff. Don't worry, I can hear you screaming at the monitor that Destiny players would hate something like that in order to maintain their rank. I'm not saying Bungie needs to copy that part in particular, even if most of the materials come from objectives like play the game, claim a bounty, or like other stuff you're all
spend 40 pinnacle energy, take part in a pack hunt. Like, some of this seems like it's very easy to fill out, so that's pretty cool.
already doing. Like, spaces in your clan increase as your rank increases, but I'm not sure if they can ever decrease. Like, imagine having 45 spots in your clan and then your clan deranks and like 5 people get booted randomly. That would be super annoying. So I don't actually know if that happens, but I hope it doesn't. Again, pretty bare bones stuff here. I'm not completely blown.
Arise, Jesus is king. Sins, Iron Lords. What the fuck?
away or anything, but considering what it is, which is
the nose kittens. Okay, Lobos, Emek, Wanderer Pack, Siva Outbreak. Well, this has got to be a high fucking level. You zoom down. Let me see Siva Outbreak.
a mobile game.
Level 7. Why am I not fucking surprised that something with Siva is one of the highest fucking ranks?
Where a lot of stuff is deliberately scaled back in order for it to be completed in a few minutes, and or is designed to
Dungeon
be pretty simple
Daddies
in nature. It's a hell of
the GG spot. Okay, that's pretty good.
a lot more than Bungie has ever attempted for clans. And yeah, they are bare bones things, but they do ultimately still matter for some amount of gameplay. Even Rising's public event style.
It's busy work, but it's self-choice busy work, and it gives you like interaction with other people. Like, you can work as a team. Like, it benefits everyone. You're building an actual hub area, like with the materials that you get. Like, yes, you could just say it's busy work, but there's value to the busy work. And that's something that Destiny doesn't do right, is that usually it just gives you busy work or busy work. And that's pretty much what the progression system is. It's just busy work to be busy work. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable, except for the people that don't know what fun is. And they think that, oh, doing the same, solo ops 30,000 times is fun. Yeah.
Things on destinations matter. They can drop exotic weapon mods.
Ooh.
I've never been super high on things like player housing or clan housing or anything like that.
That's cool.
But again, for how social Bungie wants the game to be, I don't know why clans have never been iterated on in the slightest. I don't know how much Bungie really
Man, imagine there's like the farm, like a section, something like the farm, right? But it's just a general spot that you only have access to. And it's like a forge area where you join a group, you then get access to this special area, social area. And instead of going to the tower, you could just go to your club forge. And it either has a slot for Xur and all these other vendors. Like you can get even Saint, right? You can position and make essentially your own tower. Obviously, you wouldn't be able to make it in the grand scale, but you can make your own area. I mean, Warframe has that in their dojos, and they have some really fucking cool dojos, like some really like artistic design. Like imagine Destiny 2 doing something like that, and my God, it would be something to behold. And it would create more, like you would know that anytime you loaded into your clan, there would be people there. You get to see your friends. You could say hi. You can talk in the clan chat or the hub chat. Like, and then you could even do special clan vendors that you ranking up vendors gives you access to better roles, or maybe even like Xur. Like say you unlock, you higher chance of getting an adept to randomly roll on his weapon slot that you could buy, or a higher stat chance of getting better exotic stats, or just material or whatever, right? You increase your clan in Destiny 2 and you get these benefits that you have to work for as a team, as like you're actually playing. It forces you to do raids and dungeons and all these grandmasters. You're doing all these conquests, I guess is what they're called now. But it forces you to interact and play. Like you even have like stuff for Sherpaing people. So you Sherpa new members, take them to a raid they've never done before. Boom, there you get bonuses. Like there's a way to formulate and create a more social game that benefits new players, veterans, casuals. There's a way to do it, right? And I think really honing in on the reward aspect is where Bungie needs to let it shine. The creativity of being able to have your own design space, but also just the rewards. Because the more rewarding it is for everyone, the more people are willing to buy into it. If you do something pointless like fucking Guardian ranks, people are just not going to give a shit. Whereas if you say, hey, you're going to unlock the ability to get tier 5 exotics only from Xur, getting, high stats on your clan that you level up. Bam. People are going to fucking grind up their clan. They're going to join clans. They're going to want to access people. Are going to want to socialize. They're going to work together. They're going to want to bring in new people because obviously you're going to have those new player challenges that you can only do with new players. So they're going to want to bring people into the fold and then teach them how to play and help them. Like, that's how you do it. Sorry, mini rant, but we're talking about what mobile Destiny does better than Destiny 2. I'm just saying in general, the whole concept of clans could be really made to shine in Destiny, and it could be a very rewarding process and very exciting.
Really calls Destiny an MMO anymore, but they've appeared to be incredibly afraid of even approaching anything in the realm of social MMO features outside of Fireteam Finder, which technically already existed, just in a more crude state.
It existed on an app. That's what it was. Fireteam Finder existed in an app, and before that was like guided games, which I never used. I didn't hear very good things about it. But I would say, guided games and then the app.
Of other things to play with in the game. Not going to say the card game is terribly complex. I'm not going to say fishing is the most insane gameplay of all time. And I'm not going to say sparrow racing is amazing. I could not care less about sparrow racing. But
sparrow racing was fucking fun. I'm tired of the slander. People keep saying like no one will ever play sparrow racing. And when they're sparrow racing, people think that people who enjoy sparrow racing have to be doing nothing but sparrow racing the entire time. I enjoy raids and dungeons, but I'm not doing raids and dungeons all the time. Like, I don't know what it is with the hate on. There's this immense backlash ever since Destiny Rising announced sparrow racing was coming back. There's such a backlash from Destiny 2 players about sparrow racing. They're just like, yeah, why aren't you playing your sparrow racing? Like, because I didn't feel like doing it. Why aren't you doing dungeon and raids 24/7? Why aren't you in PvP the entire time? Why aren't you playing Gambit? Why aren't you doing public spaces? Like, bitch, there's a time and place for everything.
They all exist in this game, and their existence makes the game feel bigger than it might actually be. They make the MMO experience feel more complete and social. Look at like Mahjong in Final Fantasy XIV, or the plethora of non-gear progression things in World of Warcraft. What is Destiny's equivalent? Team Scorched? Iron Banner?
Ew.
What is there that could be considered an equal? I also want to say, I don't think the inclusion of any of this at this moment in time would be a game changer. There are definitely more pressing matters to attend to, and I don't think much of this would help solve those problems.
No.
But in the long term, more clan support.
When we're talking about making Destiny a more social game, you've got to look into the clan aspect.
Or bringing people together with different social systems would help the social experience quite a lot. One of the top level comments I've seen over the years, Datto, my clan broke up. I don't know how to find another. I don't have a clan anymore. Wish my clan still played. Wish this, wish that, clan. If it were easier for people to stay a bit more connected, if there are more social elements, perhaps more people would want to stick to the game with their friends or find new people to play with.
Exactly.
Next up.
And honestly, like, I've not joined a new clan because it's just like, if you try, here's the deal. You try to find a really good clan, they're going to expect you to play nothing but Destiny the entire time. Like, obviously, if you make your own clan with the high tier players, there's obviously an expectation, but there's these elitist sweaty clans that they demand you spend so much fucking time in the game. And I get it. There's the high tier world first racers that Destiny is their only thing, their only life. Getting placement is the most successful thing they ever have in their life. And it's the only value they have. I get it. I understand. This is Destiny is way, Destiny is love, Destiny is life. Forget touching a woman. I'm just going to touch Marosov's, the pillow that looks like her. Like, that's all I'm going to touch. I get it. I understand it. And if you try to join one of those clans, you should be expected to abide by their expectations, right? You are applying to their clan. You should expect to follow their expectations. I think that's fair. It does, even if you think it's stupid, it doesn't matter. You have to follow their expectations. And so a lot of people don't want to do that. And then there's the other side where they want to find a casual group, but then they join a casual group and then no one's fucking playing the game. No one's raiding. No one wants to raid. No one knows how to raid. And it's just this constant, like, as a new player, like, you want to find a group to teach you how to play, but then no one wants to teach you how to play because they don't want to play because they're casual. And so then they leave, and then it causes the cycle of clans die. And then they join, and then clans die, and you join. Personally, it's easier to just not play with a clan and just LFG everything and call it a day.
Is competitive PvE and leaderboards. There is a mode called Calamity Ops, and the objective is to score the most points and or do a thing as fast as possible with predetermined levels of difficulty. Now, in Rising, the biggest barrier in this mode and your ability to rank up is your level. You can only climb so high before your power level gets in the way of the experience. My level right now, my highest character is like, I want to say 57,000 something, but my Calamity Ops demands, I don't know, like 59,000. The more underleveled you are, the worse you're going to perform, is what I'm trying to say. Power very much matters when it comes to your ability to perform in the game.
I think when you were talking about the power frequency, like how they've done it is that, but the separation about Destiny or Destiny Rising is that there's no random loot. So it doesn't, like, there's some, but not a lot. Like, at this point, it's about building making the general build from mods, kind of like Warframe. It reminds me of Warframe. In fact, Destiny Rising is a lot like Warframe in the sense that you're just, most of the gameplay is getting the weapons to drop and then building into it and then modifying it. And that's kind of it, right? That's kind of like Warframe, especially when you're looking at your main character. You're preset to what you can do, just like Warframe is. So Destiny Rising is more, it's more Warframe-ish, which is kind of why I enjoy it. But the levels and everything actually matter, especially when you're trying to get more damage. It all flows in. Whereas Destiny, when you introduce Delta caps, it kind of just makes power progression pointless. And it's pointless in general because when that is the only content is power progression, it's it's not good.
Your damage, your survivability, everything. It technically does in Destiny as well, but to a much higher degree in Rising. Calamity Ops works like this. You start the strike, your score multiplier is at its maximum, and after X amount of time, it starts to drop, and then it'll keep dropping and dropping and dropping until you finish the strike. So the faster you go, the more points you can get from the multiplier.
Pretty
Back
cool.
in the Destiny 1 days, there was a website that kept track of certain
Datto actually never made a tryhard strike video, so we don't have footage of that. So here's light blade footage instead. I just work here.
Stats in strikes, and they had their own ranking system that people could compete in. Very similar thing. You know, get a lot of kills, get a bunch of score, get your medals, do it fast. And for a few weeks, a couple of my friends and I would compete on these leaderboards, probably competing against a very few amount of people, but we would compete trying to improve our speed, our scores, medal counts, etc. And I remember having a lot of fun doing it. I still bring it up every once in a while, and it's been like 8 or 9 years since I've done it. To this
By the way, Nightfalls and Destiny 1 were really hard. People don't realize how hard it was. If you think of Nightfalls in terms of like old-fashioned Destiny 2, you're like, oh, that's easy. No.
day, the closest we have come to this is Guardian Games, which is a couple of weeks out of the year, where in order to place in the top 10% of the game's population, you basically just need to play the activity and actually pay attention.
Yep.
I still think a competitive PvE mode could be a fun thing to have in the game. Yes, Trials has had its fair share of issues, but at least Trials and competitive PvP are just that, some level of competitive. There is no competitive PvE in the game besides the world's first race, and that is well beyond the scope of what I'm hoping to see. You can do weekly, monthly, seasonal leaderboards. You can rotate the modifiers around every so often. You're essentially making conquests into competitive conquests, or like, as we used to know them, Grandmaster Nightfalls, right? You can have different difficulty levels too, like minus 10, minus 20, 30, 40 levels, whatever. I put out a video over 10 years ago asking for competitive PvE and leaderboards. Rising has it at launch. Destiny 2 has barely toyed with the...
That's because... here's the deal. I think people like mobile games have leaderboards, and most of them do. Most of them have some kind of leaderboards, especially, I'm not trying to sound racist here, but let's be honest. The Asian population love numbers in that regard. They give it, mobile is hot in the Asian territory comparative to, America, where there's a high percentage that are women that love mobile games. Let's be honest here. Most people in Destiny don't give a shit about score. It's just like the 1% that does, or content creators. But most your day-to-day people that play the game do not give a shit. Now, should you, in the argument becomes, should we waste resources for 1% of the population versus the entire game? How much, and I think the real argument is, how much time and effort would it take to just simply make a leaderboard? Like, is it really gonna break the bank? I would argue Bungie now, yes, it would break the bank, but back when there was multiple, studios from Activision helping Bungie back in Forsaken would have been the prime time to introduce leaderboards, in my opinion.
Concept. The leaderboard stuff specifically, it feels like there are leaderboards for everything in Rising. Clan, friends, server. There are leaderboards to tell you where you're ranked within your region. The USA has statewide rankings. Like, they'll tell you you're ranked number 87 in Michigan or whatever.
That is crazy.
Do I think a good amount of these would get cheated due to how much cheating still apparently happens in Destiny 2? Yeah, probably. But, like, I would still like to know how I rank in, like, stuff. That's a fun motivator. At least for me, it is. Reward structure would likely need to be somewhat cosmetic in nature, I guess, but like, good luck with that. Although getting loot that progresses your power level would be a welcome sight as well. Giving loot that corresponds to like the difficulty level of the version that you picked. Not really the main point though. Like I'm not really too concerned about that. And yeah, again, not something the game really needs right now, especially for the crowd that I imagine would participate with it, but it's still something that whenever...
I think leaderboards is great in a game that is either new and or is doing well. I think at the point that we currently are in Destiny 2's life cycle, I think leaderboards are just pointless.
Whenever we get to a more comfortable space, I would like to see experimented with at some point. Next up, ping system.
Yes!
The ping system.
Yeah, why?
I'm guessing
Why?
This is more of a...
It is crazy. Every modern day game has a ping system. Even Battlefield 6 just came out, has a ping system. I think even Borderlands 4 has a fucking ping system. I'm not, let me correct myself before I no, you can ping the map, but you don't actually ping, you can't do a ping system. Which I think pinging a map would be great too, but I think a ping system in general is the best way to go, especially when you're looking for loot and stuff like that, or you need to go where to go.
Technology and or engineering based issue than a Bungie not wanting to do it issue, but ping system, need it.
If it's an engineering issue because of the engine, then that's another reason to do Destiny 3.
If there is a community of gamers that would undoubtedly benefit from a ping system in a shooter, this is that community. There is a raid boss in Rising where you're shown an image of a boss's weak point and you need to ping it for your team so that they can see it. Ping system.
Yes.
Next is just numbers and information. Rising tells you...
It tells you everything. Bro, this game came out and said, here's this perk. It does exactly 30%, 7.5% damage. Yet you have fucking Bungie who came out and updated the enhanced perks. And I love Incandescent says, let me, hold on. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna pull it up so we can. Here it is. I had to find it because it's so fucking funny. Incandescent enhancement provides a unique perk benefit. Damn. That explains so much. This explains so fucking much. A unique perk benefit. Ask the team about enhanced incandescent description. Long, short, we showed a bit of how we are pulling more stats, descriptors, info into the game, but some of these things will still leave a bit for you to discover through gameplay. Specifically, this is a vague description invoking me, try me. I do something more rare and difficult to define. You have that. You have this shit. Oh, that's a different video. You have that, and then you have this. You have this, and then you have this. It's more rare and difficult to define. Oh, Bungie's such a shit company.
So much information. It probably borders on too much information, as there are a lot of different stats available to you in the game thanks to how their artifact system works. But even regular perks on weapons are going to tell you 30% this, 60% that, 25% this.
Body shot damage gradually increases to that precision hit based on the number of rounds reached. The same amount of damage as a precision shot when the magazine's emptied. Damage libraries are okay, so it just straight up tells you everything.
Scales up to 40% that. You hover over the perk, it tells you what it does. It tells you percentages, it tells you the numbers, it tells you the information. We have gone so long in Destiny
2 up to 62%.
With just vagaries of perk descriptions, boost damage, increase reload speed. And I get it, for some people that's enough. But I really don't think the world would break if Bait and Switch said it was a 30% damage increase versus a damage increase.
improved perk duration. What's the duration? Can't you just give us a percentage? Why? How hard is it to just straight up tell you how long for improved duration? Just tell us. How long does it actually fucking last? Every shot bursts this weapon increase damage. Up to what maximum percentage of damage and for how long? Like, why is it so hard? Why does it have to be vague? This isn't fucking Dark Souls with the fucking the lore, or Borderlands with the legendaries, where they have like even legendaries tell you what they do, but there's specific things that are like, oh, you just find out. Like, I think shooting a gun and it shoots out like a Tesla beam in Borderlands based on its perk is a lot different than understanding what improved perk duration means on a fucking enhanced perk in Destiny. Like, these are like significantly different.
This whole like, oh, we just want you to use whatever feels good philosophy that Bungie had a while ago was fine when the game was as simple as it was back then. We are several iterations of combat deep into Destiny 2, and some amount of information at this point I don't think is unreasonable. It would be nice to have, even if it was like a toggle in your menu, like basic tooltips versus advanced tooltips. Half the enhanced perks in the game barely say anything at all. And we're now in a world where the majority of weapons that drop have enhanced perks.
I would say 90% of guns have enhanced perks now. Even like at rank 2, tier 2, you get enhanced perks. So it is so baffling that new players have no fucking idea what the fuck each perk does. It's just insane.
Rising also has 3 tiers of perks, like blue, purple, orange. So imagine normal perks and then enhanced perks and then like, I don't know, super enhanced perks. But it's all RNG to get those drops, and based on the response to the lack of crafting, I don't think D2 is ready for a third rarity of perk just yet. These are just a few things that I think Rising does very well over Destiny 2. I realize that Rising does have the luxury of not only being a new game, but also potentially learning some lessons that Bungie or other games have already learned for them. But there are things here that I seriously question as to why they do not exist in Destiny 2. If you have been playing any Destiny Rising, I am interested in your thoughts. What other
Good video. Link will be down below. I agree, man. I fully agree. There's so much that they have taken from community feedback. By the way, Destiny Rising is the pinnacle of we hear you, we're listening, and actually fucking doing something with it. Literally, they took everything, like fan favorite things that people wanted, and have put it in the game. They've made changes at the beginning and continue to make changes based on player feedback, and it is insane. Yeah, we have to go on literal strikes on Bungie. We have to crucify them. We have to literally try to lynch Bungie for them to actually make the most minimal change that benefits the players. It is insane that they don't just immediately take player feedback and do something with it. But here we are, where a mobile game makes a $1 billion company. I think NetEase is a $1 billion company too, but making a mobile game look better than a fucking AAA titled game. The original. It's crazy. It's like, here's a beautiful. It's like taking The Witcher. You have Witcher 3, and then putting The Witcher in Fortnite, and it's a better Witcher. It's more fun playing The Witcher in Fortnite. By the way, it's just a nonsensical comparison, just to give you like the obviously two different situations. But Witcher is the original, but to act like the Fortnite version is better. By the way, it's not. It's just literally you're shooting a gun. It's like two different games. But you get the gist, right? You get the gist. It's like night and day difference. And a mobile game is significantly different than Destiny in that regard. It's a mobile game. You can play on the shitter versus Destiny. I guess you can kind of play on the shitter if you've got Windows on your Steam Deck and you're playing Destiny. I tried playing it. I can't get used to playing with the stick, the wide screen sticks. It feels really weird. So I gave up on that dream of playing on the Steam Deck. Yeah, let me know what you think. If there was a feature that you would like to see in Destiny, let me know. I'll see you guys in the next